Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ken Knows Gambling. It's Monday flipping morning. Everybody normal has to start their new week at their job, and that sucks. Of course, Mondays are Tuesdays for me because I started my week yesterday. Very slow. But anyway, we're going to do session 2 of Waylon and my strategy we call the retirement plan. I'm just doing it with different recovery options that I did that got me to 95 wins. I did want to say a couple things. One is on this particular strategy and one is not. So let me talk about the one that is not. So I have a subscriber and a member. His name is Glenn. And yesterday, you guys heard me talk about somebody gave me a commission check, and I didn't know what it was for. I didn't know anything other than it was a pretty good value check. Most I've ever got by one person. And I was like, wow, I wonder if this was sports, if it was, something else. Anyway, he emailed me back and he said, hey, it's not necessary to shout him out. But then again, he wouldn't, bitch if I did. And so I'm gonna. His name's Glenn. I won't give you his last name, but he's from Australia. He is by far, although I've got a lot of great subscribers, but he's a member. He is a platinum member. He has been supporting me now for some time. He appreciates what I do. And so he went to the casino Saturday, I think. And he told his wife, he says, look, I'm going to give Ken half of what I make on this one session. And he won enough that he sent me over $300, and I was just awestruck when I saw that. What a blessing this guy is to me. And then I asked him, hey, you don't have to do that, and he just said, here's the deal. He's been a gambler for a while. I think he's in his 40s, and he's like most people. You win a little, you lose. And then you go on tilt, and then you try to get it back. And, over a course of several months before he found me, he said he lost about $10,000 or $12,000 just by not really, he knew how to gamble, but he couldn't put all the pieces together. And he started watching me, especially the envelopes. And I will tell you, in my opinion, it's the best thing I've ever done is that envelope system. Anyway, he's got that, he showed me a bag of, he's got thousands and thousands in there now. He's on his way to recovering what he had lost before from excess wins, those envelopes. And just, the way that I try to teach people, he has adopted it 110%. And he's doing really, really well. And I guess he said he's so thankful that he just feels like, what do they do? Pay it forward, I guess. And so I told him the whole reason behind this channel is I'm hoping somebody will listen. And I've had a lot of people email me over the years saying they learned this and they learned that, and I always like hearing it because it's like anything else. When you teach something, you're just hoping and praying somebody will get it. There's a lot of negativity on YouTube. There's a lot of know-it-alls on YouTube, and there's a lot of shit out there on YouTube. And he said he weeded through all those people. He said he found me, and it's made all the difference, therefore the commission. So I always like hearing. I'm hoping there's more people out there that I have helped that just hasn't said anything. It's not necessary for any kind of monetary gifts. But I'm hoping there's a lot of people out there that have picked up on what I'm trying to put down here, other than him. I know I got several, but I hope there's more, because every time you teach something, you always say to yourself, I hope there's one person that they really get it. And Glenn really gets it, and he's reaping the benefits. And I just want to shout out to him. I appreciate that mate so much that he probably doesn't even realize. I am so thankful for this cat to be a part of Ken Knows Gambling that I can't see straight. So Glenn, man, I love you, brother. You're a blessing to me, and I appreciate you more than you know. There. All right, now, next at hand, we're going to do session number 2. Now, there's this cat out there. I see him on John's channel. I see him on a bunch of channels. I think his name's Odds Working. And there's a reason why I'm mentioning this guy. He's a math guy. There's no question about it. And that's okay. You want to play by just math, that's fine. He seems to be trying to tell the truth, but he seems to just do it negatively. But anyway, the Casino Goat did a strategy. Ours, me and Waylon's. I don't know, he won a couple $100. I mentioned that, put a link yesterday in the video. And then Odds Working made a comment of this. He goes, look, you know, when we plug, you know, let's say you got that $1.50 out here, and then we plug it, take a hit. We take one hit and plug. Well, him and Waylon were going at it a little bit yesterday on the chat over there at that guy's channel. And this is what he said. Why in the world would you want to give up that DC profit and, you know, and sort of melt it down with all this other stuff? Get 100% of it, and here's why he said it. He said, you are the favored. When you get that DC out, you're a favored. Why would you want to give anything up? And here's what I said back. He's not wrong. All right? When I did my recovery, that's how I did it. I was a favorite. I put some big money on there and let it go to try to recover. So on one hand, he's not wrong. All right? So I'm not going to blast him for saying something against the strategy when he's not wrong in the fact when you get that DC out, you are in fact the favored. Now, here's the question. This is why the retirement plan, or one of the reasons why the retirement plan is here. This is the question. Okay, it's A or B. Are you better off being the favored to win that 150 straight out? Are you better off being the favored, or are you better off with the guaranteed win? And there's a huge difference. While that 10 is a 2-to-1 favor, there's where I'm going to say Odds Working is not wrong. Okay? But with the strategy, are you better off hoping your 2-to-1 favoritism will happen, or are you better off getting a guaranteed profit? So, the retirement plan is all about getting off the shooter, getting off the table as quick as you can, because you can have this out here all day long. You know, I've heard people, not him, but I've heard people go, Just take the hits, take the hits, take the hits. Oh, you're a 2-1 favorite over here. Take the hit. Next thing you know, you get whacked. That 10 will come. I think yesterday's video on Wayland 6-8, the 4s and 10s destroyed it. It's gonna happen. So me and Wayland go, hey, listen, let's take one hit and plug it. Let's take one risk. Once we get that out, one risk of that DC not getting hit. Excuse me, I got gas. One risk of it not getting hit versus multiple rolls of it not getting hit. Okay, and let's guarantee something. Let's guarantee something. And that's the idea behind the retirement plan. So when you're sitting here like this, all right, now it's time for a roll. Guess what? It's one roll. And if the 7 hits, then I'm not going to lose any money. I'll tie it. And there's where the sort of rub is. Well, if the 7 comes, you get all this. That's a true statement. But if the 10 comes, you get whacked. If, and if. Hindsight's 20/20, right? So, why not take the one risk? Oh, and by the way, if it's a 9 or 4, you get double hits. Why not take that one hit and then guarantee it? You don't have to worry anymore. Yes, you're the favorite, but it doesn't guarantee. And so the retirement strategy, the retirement plan is about getting that guarantee as fast as you can, getting your 100 to 200 bucks or whatever you're going for, and get up. And that's why it went 95-1. Plus socked a bunch away in the envelopes. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, I don't know this guy. He seems to be a little on the negative side. Most math guys are. You know, the way we play, the way a lot of plays, like hybrids or whatnot, they come unhinged. Now, I don't recall him being belligerent or, you know, nasty or anything like that. He's a typical math guy. And some of these things these math guys say by themselves are not wrong. You know? But in this case, I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying, what would you rather do? Take the, 2-1 chance to win it outright, the 3-2 chance, the 6-5 chance to win, or guarantee to win? That's the question. Okay? So I want to leave you with that before I start rolling this out. Hey, let's ask yourself a question. And either side of the coin you're on, I won't argue with you. Because that becomes a you thing. Right? And if I always, just like John Patrick, theory, logic, and trends. If your theory and logic is just to take that favorite and go, you can. There's nothing wrong with it. I do it all the time. But in this case, but when I recovered, that's how I did it. The math way. Eventually it got me, but I won a whole bunch of money. All right, let me get off that. Just a question for you. And then let's go ahead and do session number 2. Now, this series, I'm doing a redo of it. I'm not going to recover that way. That's how I did it before. There were some people praise it, some people gave me a bunch of grief. But this way, I'm just going to do it different ways other than how I did it. Okay? To see how far it'll go, not recovering that way. All right? So here we go. There's a 9. Let's put our 150 out. And then I'm going to put 300 on the 9 this time. So if a 7 comes, here's my logic. If the 7 comes, I'll win 50 bucks. And the 9 was just thrown. I'm hoping not a back-to-back. That's all. There's a 5. We remove our lay. And now we go into the strategy itself. And the strategy itself says, let's get some kind of a guaranteed win and plug that thing. Let's get a guaranteed win and save that from getting hit. That's the whole gig. And if I get a 4, I get 2 to 1 here, plus that one. That's like a triple hit. 10's a triple hit. And then a 9 is a double hit. Of course, we can get the cheapies, and we get them all the time. But it's one roll. It ain't multiple rolls to see if you can get this one. It's one roll, then go to guarantee. That's the whole idea. All right. Oh, and I forgot to mention, every strategy will go down. All of them. Every tweak to every strategy will go down sooner or later. What is it? The best bet in the whole world is never to make that first bet. Why? Because gambling sucks. All right, here we go. Let's get a 4, 9, or a 10. No, it's going to be the cheapie. So we lose that. We get 35. That's a $20 net, but it was, now we're plugging. All right. Plug it with 125. So now we're guaranteed that 20, we're guaranteed another 25. Guaranteed. Not going for probable, guaranteed. Because I think yesterday's session, when I plugged, I hit the point almost every time. And if I'd have been doing it by probability, I'd have got whacked. That's the truth. So go watch it. Here we go. Now it's a 7 or a 5. There's a 10. There's a 9. That's the point. Turn this on. 10. 12. 11. 3. 6. 11. 3. 10. Turn it on. See what I'm, see? Alright. Prime fucking example. Right there. The 5 hit. While you're going for all of it, because you got a 3 to 2 probability on your side, it doesn't guarantee it. So the 5 just hit. This just went down. However, since we went for the guarantee, that 125 gives us 175. And so we get our guaranteed 25 bucks. It's accepting small wins, boys and girls. Accepting, I'm going to take some tip money and put there. Accepting small wins. Accepting the guarantee versus going for all of it. And I think even in advantage play, I think people get that mixed up. What's better, the guarantee or the probability? You know, good question for everybody. All right, so the 5 got hit. Let's go. It's time for the second shooter. There's a 6. And this time I'm going to put 150. I'm going to put $1.75 here. I think that'll win me the 150. Something like that. Doesn't matter. I should win the 150 at least on that one. Too early in the morning to calculate. Now, a lot of people wouldn't do that, but I am the favorite. All I want to do is get this thing out. That's it. One shot, right? So let's see. And there's an 8, so it made it. Told you I was going to do this different, y'all. All right, put the lay up. And now, one roll. Let's win something. Stay away from the 8. One time. Oh, when the Casino Goat was doing this. Of course, he was doing 75s. He really, because it was, I guess, a $10 table. He couldn't do the field. This is what makes it the retirement plan. This right here, because of, you're going to win something on any roll other than that 8. So you got 4 ways here. So 32 rolls are going to win something versus 4 that'll beat you. That's the point. All right, there's a 5. In this case, you lose this, but you win 35 on that 5. Okay. A little $20 net, no big deal. Now we're going to plug it with 100, 35, 138. Now we're guaranteed 11 or 12 bucks. Guaranteed. And although this is a 6 to 5 favorite, we just saw on the 5, well, this is worse yet. Okay, there's a 9. I'm rolling this out before I have to go to work. I have an appointment to go to, but it ain't till 10. There's a 2. There's a 10. There's a 12. There's a 11. 7 out this time. Okay. So we lose this, but we win 150. There's 138, 39, 40, 50. So 20, 30. We won about, what, $32 or so on that one. But we're going to take it. Gladly freaking take it. Alright, now as we look over here, we got 75, 80. We got 85 bucks. And if 100 is your goal, you're almost there. The next shooter will do it. I've given myself leeway between 100 and 200. Okay? Nonetheless. So if you're just going for 100, you're almost there. There's a 4. And we'll go ahead and lay that 4. What's the theory or logic behind that? A 4 would just roll, and a 4 can only be made 3 ways. So, you know, I am in fact going with probability as much as I can on that one. Okay, there's a 10. That's actually a good number for us. Alright, now. All we have to do, easy to say, isn't it? Just slips off the tongue so great. All we have to do is stay away from the 10 one time. Once. And we're going to win something. Guaranteed we're going to win something as long as the 10 don't roll. Any other number, we're going to be getting, this is what makes this move the power move right here. There's a 9. There's another reason we do this field. So what happens? We get the 15 there. That puts you at 100. Right? So if you're looking for somewhere between 100 and 2, that right there just did that one. Then you get 35 for the 9 hitting. And then you get to plug a 10. That's the best number there is to plug. And we're going to plug it with 100 bucks. Okay, now we're guaranteed 50. We're bypassing that we're a 2-to-1 favorite. We're bypassing going for 100% profit and going for the guarantee. Again, that's a great question, y'all. It'll probably be 50-50, the answer, but anyway. We're going for the, Waylon and I, we're going for the guaranteed get off the table. That's the deal. So now, here we go. There's a 9. 4 is still the point. There's a 5. There's an 8. 6. this one loses, this one comes here. We get 150, there's 100 of it. There's our guaranteed profit. And that's going to be it for this session. Let's count them up, boys. That's $5. That's $25. There's $175, It's envelope time here in Katy, Texas. There's 100. Bring the envelopes. $100 in the bank every session or every day. Gotta do that one. Excess, I always give more than fun, so we're gonna give that 50 today. And fun, we're going to give a quarter just to add something in there. And then we got $10. We're going to go with the 15 to 1, the 3 and the 11 as a FU see a sayonara bet. And then we go over here to our pocket. Remember, we got pocket money sitting over there. We're going to go ahead and cover it all just because. This is the FU bet. See you later. Going to the room. That happens more often than not. Alright, and there you go. So, our strategy called the retirement plan, the redo, is now 2-0. And with some explanations. And with a thank you to my buddy Glenn. And, now I'm going to have to go try to sell a water heater, I guess. And, but anyway, that's it. Until the next time, be great. See you, bye.